Hello. If we haven't met yet, my name is Dave Harvey and I serve as the president of GCC. That's Great Commission Collective. That's the church planting network of which your church has become a vital part. I've asked your pastor if I could share 3 specific things that are on my heart. First, I want to thank you for your support of your local church. To say this time is unprecedented doesn't even begin to capture the impact of this season. And I know you feel that. I know you feel separated from those you love, probably even a little frustrated over the inability to meet with your church family. Yet you're adapting, you're participating in Sunday services. Many of you even attending small groups online. And I think together we are all rediscovering that the church is more than a building, it's more than a public meeting. And I think in doing so, we all have become part of a long history of the church doing what the church does best during trials, during pandemics, during persecution. We are adjusting to realities, we are anticipating God's activity, and you are doing that in your local church, and I want to say thank you. Secondly, and you already know this, your pastor and his wife are heroes. Your eldership and local church leaders, if there were a pandemic hall of fame, they should be in it. Because they are working tirelessly to serve you, to care for you, to connect you together, to teach you, to pray for you. It's an endless list. And we've been meeting with pastors and cohorts over the last few weeks, and we hear updates from them on you, and we see their passion for you. And so I want to ask you to please continue continue to pray for them. Lastly, you are not alone. You are not alone first because Jesus is present to comfort us, even in the worst storms. But also, your church is part of a family of churches and is essentially involved in the bigger picture of planting churches in 22 countries around the world. In fact, this is why GCC exists. We exist to plant churches and strengthen leaders. And because of that, we've been contacting your pastors weekly. We've been consistently praying for them. We've started a pastors relief fund to help pastors with incomes that have been directly affected by the pandemic. And we're conducting the cohorts that I mentioned earlier to get pastors connected to each other. And in all that, you know what? Here's what I'm seeing. Your pastor and your local leaders aren't just kind of gutting this time out, hoping it's going to pass quickly. No. They are planning, they are strategizing for the future. They are working hard to care for their family, their staff, and for you. Your leaders are wisely preparing your church for, let's face it, an uncertain future. But friends, in these times of great uncertainty, we're also seeing something beautiful. We're discovering that being together as a family of churches it's making a difference. By the grace of God, we really are, to use one of our favorite phrases, #GCC Stronger Together. Through the gospel and for the glory of God, stronger together.